Happening now, families with missing loved ones are gathering in hopes of getting some answers they sought for years. They're meeting with DeKalb County's Cold Case Task Force for a missing persons event happening right now. This is the fourth year of this gathering, and it's open to families across Metro Atlanta. Channel 2's Brian Mims is live at the Town Green in Avondale Estates with how this event got results.
Yes, the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office and the Medical Examiner's Office host this event. Several agencies have set up their tents here on the Town Green. People with missing loved ones can walk right up and provide documents, photos of their loved ones, and even DNA samples. Last year, we met Kalani Turnipseed. Her mother, Quinette Turnipseed, had been missing for 13 years, and Kalani desperately needed answers. She heard about this event and came with her aunt to provide a DNA sample. Well, in January, that DNA sample helped investigators identify remains that were found in Clayton County in 2016 and labeled Jane Doe. Foul play is not suspected, but Kalani had an answer. Families attending this event are encouraged to bring photos of their missing loved ones, police reports, and any medical records, but they are not required. You can simply show up and tell your story. For Kalani Turnipseed, it grieved her that her mother was gone, of course, but finding her remains lifted a terrible burden.
My spirit crushed, but my mind and my body was, I guess, content in a sense that I knew where she was.
The fact that we could give her that closure, and more importantly, give her back her mother's remains so that she could bury her and have a memorial service and celebrate her life.
Since the Cold Case Task Force was formed 4 years ago, it has identified 17 people. You can come, file a report, add new information to an existing report. These reports are entered into the National Law Enforcement and Missing Persons databases to broaden the search. This event goes on until 2 o'clock. And anybody across Metro Atlanta is welcome. Live in Avondale Estates on the Town Green, Brian Mims, Channel 2 Action News.
I hope those families find some answers. Thank you, Brian.
Now, this morning, DeKalb County is offering families of missing persons a chance at some closure. The DeKalb County District Attorney's Office and the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office are hosting a missing persons and DNA event. It's happening right now at the Avondale Estates Town Green. They will be out there until 2 o'clock this afternoon. This is some video from years past. This is the 4th annual Missing Persons and DNA event. And you are encouraged to come out. You can register in advance if you want, but you can just come out to it, talk to officials out there. You're encouraged to bring photos of missing loved ones, especially those who have identifying features like tattoos, along with any medical records or police reports. Family members even have a chance to submit their own DNA samples today to help investigators in the search process. So if you are interested in donating, officials encourage you to bring a family member from the maternal and paternal side. And we heard from the DA this past week, Sherry Boston, about this. She says it's not always about arrests, but it is about closure that might be brought to families. So again, it's happening right now until 2 o'clock at the Avondale Estates Town Green. They're set up outside out there. They're in DeKalb County. So it's worth a shot. If you or someone you know has a loved one missing in your life, this could be a chance to maybe get some answers or at least get some hope.
Right now, DeKalb County officials are inviting families of missing loved ones and members of the public to a special missing persons and DNA event. It's aimed at helping bring answers and closure to unsolved cases. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is there and has more on what you can expect. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Jasmine. Good morning to you. We are at the Avondale Estates Town Green, and they are holding this event called the Missing Persons and DNA event. It all got underway just about an hour or so ago, and it's going to go till 2 o'clock. Let me flip the camera around to give you a look at what is going on here. So basically, this is part of their effort to be able to identify missing persons cases in DeKalb County. I'm just panning around. You can see a number of different agencies out here from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, over to the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office, along with the Gwinnett County Medical Examiner's Office. You have folks from the FBI out here, and also the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office. And basically the goal here is to be able to put names back to people that were found, skeletal remains. And so District Attorney Sherry Boston from the DeKalb County District Attorney, thank you for joining us. And so why is this event so important for you guys to be doing? This is the 4th annual one.
It is. It's our 4th annual Missing Persons and DNA event, and it really has grown from a moment into a movement. This all started for us when we realized that we could do so much more in the area of both cold case and missing and unidentified human remains. And as a lot of people here in DeKalb know, we had a very, very old unidentified remain case of a young child who was known as Clifton Doe and was unidentified for almost 30 years. And so when we were able to name him, when we were able to say this is William Deshaun Hamilton, and then ultimately go on to not only prosecute his mother for his death, but also reunite his father and his family with the remains, it just kind of sparked for us in the office that there was so much more that we could do beyond just that one case.
And so you guys have had a total of 32 unidentified remains. It started at 27, went up to 32, but you're now down to 15. You guys have made great progress. How does it feel that you guys are able to give people their names back?
It really is a great measure of success, because even though someone is being reunited with their family member who's no longer with us, we all know as human beings that every day when we lose a loved one, we want to honor them. And we honor them by naming them, by celebrating their life, and by often putting up a tombstone or placing their remains on our mantle or in a mausoleum in a way to reflect on their lives. And so when you don't have that, when you don't have a body, when you don't have a closure, when you don't feel like you even know if that person is walking around or how they left this earth, it can be really traumatic for a family that just feels empty and not able to have the closure that we all have to walk through when we lose people that we love.
So people who are missing someone can come on out here and they can give DNA, correct? And how does that help you guys?
Well, what we started learning from this event is that we focused on the remains that we had, but we started to think about the fact that there's a lot of people that are looking for people on remains that we don't have. And so that's how this event was really birthed, in the sense of what could we do as a community event so that people that are looking for help could come out and get it. And so that's what this event is about. People showing up and saying, first of all, I want to make a report, or here are the pictures, or I'd like to give my DNA, so that if you find some remains somewhere and you don't know if that is my person, that we can make those connections.
And so you guys have gotten a huge grant that I was just told was extended until 2027, I believe. What is that money being used for from the federal government to be able to aid you guys in this process of being able to identify missing persons?
Well, the vast majority of that money is being used for FGG, also known as forensic genetic genealogy. And so we're using science to help make sometimes these identifications. So when people are submitting their DNA, when we have remains, whether it's here in DeKalb or another county in Georgia or even across the country in California, those remains can be tested for DNA, right? And so if there's even one level of a familial match, then we might be able to make a connection to return those remains back to that family.
I don't think we touched on it on this interview, but last year you guys had some success, or sad news for the family, but they were able to get the closure that they desperately needed, and it just shows how vital this event is.
Yes, so Kalani showed up last year with pictures and a story, and she said she was looking for her mother, and so she filed a report, she brought in pictures, she connected with us, And as a result, we were able to locate her mother's remains that were in Clayton County. And you know, it was, we always hope that maybe we can end by finding a person alive. But I think when people walk into our event, they know that if they haven't heard from their loved one, that it's probably not going to be a great outcome. So for us, a successful outcome is perhaps giving someone answers and closure, which sometimes is all that we can do. But that is something that people desperately need and want.
This is a one-day event you guys do from 10 to 2 today here at the Avondale Town Green. For folks who may not be able to come on out here, how can they be able to still maybe give their DNA or be able to connect with you guys if they have a missing person and they're looking for them?
Well, they can call our office and connect with us, and then we, of course, can connect them with our greater task force and all the resources. This is not a one day for us. This is 365 days for us. So this day is about raising awareness and being out here in the community and giving people an opportunity to come out and learn and do more. But we want you to know that we've been doing this work every day for the last 4 years since we committed to it, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon.
Sherry Boston, DA Sherry Boston for the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to give you guys one more look before I send it back to you, Jasmine. You can see a number of different agencies are out here. The DeKalb County District Attorney's Office and the DA, just one of a number of people out here. You can see these folks right here talking to the DeKalb County Medical Examiner. You have the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You also have the Gwinnett County Medical Examiner out here as well. A number of different agencies. The folks from Noble are here, along with the National Child ID Program and the FBI. And I'm actually going to pan over here. You can see actually over there in the corner, that's Ray Urena. He is working on a story for our news at 6, 10, and 11 o'clock tonight. Just shows the vital importance of this that we want to be able to share with our viewers as the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, along with all these agencies, work to be able to identify folks who are missing here in our community. And as you heard, they said that this is a team effort, essentially from all the different counties. Gwinnett's here, and then they actually worked with Clayton County last year. And so the goal is to be able to reunite loved ones and then also put names to skeletal remains so that families can get some closure. Jasmine?
Tyler, thanks so much for joining us to talk about this incredible event here. Looking forward to Ray's report later as well. Tyler, thanks.
Hey there, I'm on the town square in Avondale Estates where the DeKalb County Cold Case Task Force is hosting a missing persons event. A number of agencies have their tents set up here on the green. This is an opportunity for families with missing loved ones to come and try to get some answers they've been seeking for years. They can provide documents, photos of their loved ones. They can submit DNA samples. We met one woman last year who submitted a DNA sample and it got results. I'll have the story on Channel 2 Action News.
The DeKalb County Cold Case Task Force held their 4th annual Missing Persons and DNA event. It took place today as they're working to identify the remains, and over the years, their efforts have led to more than a dozen people being able to be identified. Here's Fox 5's Ray Urena.
To my left are some of the renderings of unidentified people that are currently in the care of the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office. Today, a coalition of law enforcement from all across the Atlanta metro held an event to help them reclaim their names.
Many cases have gone cold because we haven't been able to even identify who those people are.
These renderings show some of the 15 unidentified remains in DeKalb County. On Sunday, multiple law enforcement agencies making up the DeKalb County Cold Case Task Force gathered in Avondale Estates to try to get answers on who they are.
Ask questions, make a report, give their DNA in an effort to hopefully that a year from now or 2 years from now, if remains are found somewhere else and put in the system, that there can be that link.
The DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office says investigators have named 17 individuals through the Cold Case Task Force.
It's wonderful to be able to bring closure to families, to bring closure to a case, to have that case move forward.
Loveless says last year a family who attended received closure regarding their missing loved one.
We had a young woman come in last year and to our event and submit DNA and found her mother because of of that. Her mother had been missing since 2012. It turns out that her remains were recovered in Clayton County, Georgia in 2016.
Donna Green started a nonprofit after her son Raymond was abducted when he was 5 days old. 47 years later, she believes DNA is the only way she will find him.
With the DNA, that's hope. I mean, that's real hope, because that DNA is going to reach places that you could never go.
The oldest remains belong to a man who was found in August 1987. Investigators say they will work tirelessly to identify him and the others in their care.
We want to name every victim because every person deserves at end of life to be celebrated by their family and to be named.
If you would like more information about the DeKalb County Cold Case Task Force or on any of the renderings that you see here, check out our website, fox5atlanta.com. Reporting in Avondale Estates, Ray Adena, Fox 5 News.
All right, Ray, thanks so much.
DeKalb County held its 4th annual Missing Persons and DNA event, offering families of missing persons a chance at some closure. Atlanta News First Maria Murrow reports.
On this Sunday, grief sits out in an open field at the Avondale Estates Town Green. Faces waiting to be reunited with their names. For some families of missing people, it's been months. For others, decades.
You know, he had a beautiful smile, and I used to take his hands and put it on my cheeks because I felt him when I put his hands on my cheeks and everything.
Donna Green has been searching for her son Raymond since 1978. He was just 5 years old when he vanished. Today, Raymond would be 47, all grown up, a life lived in the imagination of a mother who never stopped looking.
See somebody around his age, I'm like, I wonder is that him, or do he dress like that, or do he look like that? Is he a good dad? You know, is he a good husband?
That search brought Donna here to the DeKalb County Missing Persons and DNA event. The event aims to connect families with investigators who can open cases, update reports, collect DNA, and enter information into national databases. For many families, it's a real chance at closure.
A young woman came into our event last year, and her mother had been missing since 2012. And because of the efforts of our task force and working with her and getting DNA from her, her mother's remains were found at the state medical examiner's office. Her body had been discovered in 2016 in Clayton County, Georgia.
Through the task force's efforts, 16 previously unidentified individuals have now been given their names back. For Donna, that possibility is what keeps her going.
I feel like the more that I help others, I'm helping him as well. And I'm believing that one day through the DNA, we're going to bring him home.
In Avondale Estates, Maria Moreau, Atlanta News First.
Well, if you have any information about a missing person or an unidentified case, you can contact the DeKalb County Cold Case Task Force. The information is on our story on our website right now. That's atlantanewsfirst.com. Still to come.
Local police are working to help families who are desperate to find missing loved ones. A woman says she finally got closure after her mother disappeared 13 years ago.
My mind and my body was, I guess, content in the sense that I knew where she was.
Kalani Turnipseed told us that investigators with DeKalb County's Cold Case Task Force helped identify her mother's remains. We were at the county's annual Missing Persons event held today in Avondale Estates. District Attorney Sherry Boston told us revisiting Turnipseed's case and others can help lift a heavy burden.
The fact that we could give her that closure and, more importantly, give her back her mother's remains so that she could bury her and have a memorial service and celebrate her life.
Officials say families can bring new documents and pictures to add to their loved ones' cases.